Hey, what's going on, social media family? Hope everybody's having a really good day. Been struggling with the voice a little bit, but I'm going to get through this video. This morning, I had an encounter with God. It's different than any type of encounter I've ever had. The way that the Lord spoke was different than He's ever spoken to me. He had a real soft-spoken voice, real kind of solemn, and just spoke plain, straightforward. And another thing about this encounter that was unique, a lot of times when you have encounters with God, I've had a lot of them that are like He'll give me like a prophetic phrase, a prophetic thought, and they're kind of short. This one was long. This encounter I had with the Lord was long. And when I have these, it's always early in the morning. So this morning, the Lord woke me up 2 hours before my alarm was supposed to go off. And as soon as I woke up, I knew that the Lord was wanting to speak to me. And I heard the Lord said, I want you to get up. I want to speak to you about the upcoming election. Okay? Now, there's a lot of elections going on. So when the Lord said election, I automatically knew, and it's talking about the presidential election. Okay? Now, the unique thing about this, in this encounter with the Lord, He never said Republican, Democrat, never said a presidential candidate's name. And so whenever I release something, I try to release it just like the Lord gave it to me, okay? I try not to add anything, try not to take away anything, and I'd always try to remember every single detail, which is impossible, but I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to go through everything that the Lord spoke to me. Like I said, when God speaks to me, and when God speaks to you, always pay attention to the way that He speaks to you. And His voice was just calm. It was just real solemn, but it was so compelling at the same time. Okay? So when I got up, I went and sat in my prayer chair and just started listening to the Lord. I felt the Lord say, I'm giving America the choice to see which way they want to go. Now, this is not just a word like any other election. Okay? What you have to understand, what I'm sharing with you from the Lord, this is not about just the next 4 years. This is a foundational direction that our nation is going to go in. Okay? This is very big in the spirit. And this is my opinion. This is not what the Lord said. This is my personal opinion. What I felt in this encounter is this is one of the most spiritual elections of our lifetime. This will be one of the most spiritual elections of our lifetime. All right, let's get back into the encounter. So the Lord just said, which way, America? I am giving you the choice. And this is what the Lord showed me that was so powerful. The Lord showed me, I've shown you everything that you need to know about both candidates. Like, I've showed you everything. You do not have to guess who you're voting for. I feel like the Lord has even pulled back the veil. He's shown you everything about both candidates. Like at a degree that I've never seen before in my life. Okay? I've never seen an election like this. Now, what the Lord showed me was I've shown you everything you need to see about both candidates. I've showed you what you need to know about both candidates. And these two candidates will lead America in completely opposite directions. And the Lord said, I have a plan. I want to restore America. I want to bring restoration to America. But America is getting the choice which way that they want to go. And in this encounter, the Lord impressed on my heart, God has so much passion for America right now. But America has rejected him over and over again. He is giving us an opportunity. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Okay? And so the Lord started showing me the polar opposites of both candidates. One candidate has denied me openly. Another candidate has embraced me openly. Okay? Do you want a candidate who's embraced the Lord? Do you want a candidate who's rejected the Lord? And this is something that got me right here. The Lord said, He's showing who you have as candidates. He said, with the Epstein and the Diddy list, there's a group of people who were on those lists that we know of, okay, that are supporting one candidate. And a lot of people will vote for that candidate. They don't mind all the things they said they've done on these lists. They don't mind. They will vote for one candidate. One candidate says they will protect the kids, protect babies in the womb. Another group will protect, and that's the way they will go. Now, like I'm saying, in this visitation with God, this encounter, he never said a name. He didn't say political parties. The Lord said there's two completely opposite directions this nation will go. And the Lord kept telling me, I've exposed things. I've shown things. I have put it all out there. There's no second guessing. Which way do you want the nation to go? And then, like I said, this is the most spiritual election I feel ever. And when I was praying, that's what I felt the Lord say. How long will America keep rejecting me? This is a spiritual election. Now, there's a few more things, and this is where it's really good. I feel the Lord saying, if people, what we call Christians, the people of faith, would pray. And then I was like, Lord, what do you mean if the Christians would pray? Like, aren't we supposed to pray? The Lord impressed on my heart that so many believers won't even vote, and a lot of believers will not even pray about who to vote for. The Lord impressed on my heart that if believers would pray, because there's a lot of believers in America, this election would be a landslide. But the Lord said a lot of people will always vote a certain way. They will and this is what got me. The Lord showed me so plain that the media has such a loud voice. People will vote more according to the media than biblical principles. And then the Lord said again, tell them, which way, America? And then this is the last part, and this is a very, very powerful part, and it sums up everything I've said. The Lord said there's about to be a whirlwind after the election, and it will go either way. You will see if it goes one way, you will see righteousness start to take place. You will see injustice made right on so many accounts. You're going to see so many things that are broken be fixed. You're going to see everything shift, everything change. If it goes the other way, you're going to see things get worse than they are right now. You're going to see things continue to go down. You're going to see things to spiral down. And then the Lord, this one last thing he showed me. It was, and this sounds so plain to me saying it, but this was all from the Lord. The Lord said, people get so caught up in the media. Look at 2016 to 2020. Look at 2020 to 2024. And then the Lord started speaking to me about the economy. Look at rates. Look where inflation was in both of them. I'm giving you a choice. Do you want an economy like 2016, 2020? Or do you want 2020 to 2024? And remember, the Lord showed me a whirlwind. A whirlwind is coming either way. And so, I believe as Christians and believers, it is our responsibility to pray. In this encounter, it was powerful. God never said a name of a candidate. He didn't say Republicans or Democrat. This is exactly what the Lord said. This is a word that He gave me, and I've done my responsibility. I didn't add to the word. I didn't take away. I just presented it. The only thing I ask that you do, I've already voted, but if you haven't voted yet, pray. And pray over our great nation. Because God has a lot to do in America. Okay? Love y'all and hope this helped.